Hey guys, this is David King from davidbking.com. I'm in Costa Rica today, obviously, and as you can see, the grass is greener both literally and figuratively. It's extremely green. We've been getting a lot of rain lately because rainy season is getting closer, so the trees, the grass, the plants, I mean everything is just going crazy. And there's a lot of dragonflies over here right now. I don't know if you can see those that well, but anyway, yeah, just overlooking the ocean, the bay. About to be a nice sunset, beautiful sunset, and just the valley nature and the mountains over there. It's cool. Coming up here is just a good way to kind of self-reflect and to I don't know, just get at one with nature, hear the birds. There's a ton of birds here. The howler monkeys. Every once in a while you hear a howler monkey down here in the forest. Like right there's a really cool yellow bird. It's just beautiful here. I love to come up here, think, just kind of reflect, and you know, just think. It's a good place to think. But anyway, in today's video, I want to talk about something. There's a lot of bugs here right now. I want to talk about something that I think is very important that a lot of people just kind of ignore in their lives because it's easier to ignore. And if you can ignore it and not have to deal with the quote-unquote problem, might as well, because it's easier that way. Even though you don't learn in long term, it's not easier. Short term, it's an illusion because it seems easier, but really long term, it weighs its toll on you. So, the thing I want to talk about today is forgiveness. Forgiveness is something that I think we all have to learn in our lives at one point or another. I think everyone has things in their life, circumstances, chances, people, friends, family, business partners that you feel wronged by and that you feel like they left you in default and they left you in a way that worse off essentially than you originally were before you met them, or before you kind of came across their path or their bad day or their bad month or their whatever it may be. And forgiveness is really interesting. As you may or may not know, I'm really interested in words and like the meaning of words, and I think words have a lot of meaning behind them. And I was thinking about forgiveness the other day because I had someone in my life that I needed to forgive, and I realized that and I recognized it, and I needed to both forgive and let the situation go because the situation wasn't getting any better, and I just needed to forgive that individual and move on with my life and let that situation go because it was weighing its toll on me. I was getting stressed, and I mean, look at this place. I mean, do you really want to be stressed here? I mean, seriously, like, this is not a place to be stressed. I shouldn't be stressed here. So I kind of realized this and recognized that I didn't need to be stressed, and all I needed to do was forgive that person and let the situation go and move on with my life. And so I did that, and I kind of like, forgave them in my own life. Even though they didn't ask for forgiveness or say they were sorry, I forgave them regardless because I felt it was the right thing and the best thing for me to do for my life, both being something that allowed me to kind of be free from that and something that just allowed me to move on. So, forgiveness. So what is forgiveness? For me, forgiveness is something that I see as it's like a freeing exercise. So I think every once in a while it's just good to look at your life very constructively and see if there's anyone you need to forgive, or any circumstance, or any group of people, or any family, friends. Maybe it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your business partner, your neighbor, whoever it may be. I think there's always someone in our lives that we need to forgive, and we may not know it consciously, but unconsciously, if we really do some digging deep into our mind and into our souls, we know there's people that we need to forgive because we still haven't let go of those circumstances, occasions, events, whatever it may have been. So the reason I feel forgiveness is so important for me in my life and why I'm making this video is because I feel that hopefully this comes across to you in a way that helps you understand the value and the importance of forgiveness so that it can help you and enhance you to live the happiest, most successful life that you can. So for me, I see forgiveness, like I said, as kind of like a freeing exercise. And one thing you'll notice is that if you live in a state of victimhood, it's usually because you haven't forgave someone. I'm talking about this briefly. Victimhood is the state of feeling depressed, wronged, and just down and out, and basically your life is over. And if you're in the state of victimhood, you're probably not happy. You're probably getting by. You're probably going day to day. On the grind. That, like, a lot of people use different words to kind of communicate and describe their lives, and it kind of tells you the state and the mindset they're in, and if they're kind of have that victim mentality or not. And a lot of people, either consciously or unconsciously, live in this victim kind of mentality of just going by day to day, knowing that they were wronged in the past, but not choosing to consciously bring that up and let it go and forgive that individual. So the first valuable reason I think you should forgive is to let the past go. The past is the past, and the act of forgiving someone creates a freeing mindset, emotional state, life, and just outlook and vision in your life that you don't really realize or recognize until you actually forgive that individual. And if you keep going on just wallowing in that past regret and sorrow and anger and frustration and guilt and all this negative whirlpool of emotions, it eats away at your core being and eats away at who you truly are, and it doesn't allow you to be the full expression of your genuine self. And I think that as we go on through life, and as this builds up, and as we choose not to forgive over and over and over again, that takes its toll on our bodies, and both in stress and in our health and in our relationships and in our finances, and there's literally every area of your life can be affected simply from not forgiving someone. And so I think it's extremely important to forgive them, first and foremost, to be free of those negative emotions, mindsets, feelings, beliefs, thoughts, whatever it may be, but then also to free up your life in your life in the ways that you previously kind of were constrained in, and you didn't even realize it. So, for example, your health and just being stressed, and ooh, that's a beautiful bird right there. It's a big yellow bird, little yellow bird. But just being stressed in your health and all these different things, these things are affected by if you have forgiven someone or not in your life. And it's amazing how much baggage people carry that they don't realize and aren't aware of, and once they just choose to forgive someone, it's a simple little thing you can do. It makes a world of difference. So I'd encourage you to forgive someone in your life that you either know you need to forgive or think maybe I should try it out because it might be worth it, and it might be something that you may or may not know is worth it until you try it out. And it's just something far beyond what I can even express in words, to be honest with you. The amount of weight and stress I used to carry because I didn't forgive people was literally unbearable. I mean, unbearable to the point where I could barely operate, barely think, function, work. I was constantly angry, depressed, stressed, I had a negative outlook on things. I was definitely a pessimistic person. I was definitely a pessimistic individual. So I think that's another thing, another benefit of choosing to forgive someone, is that you are going to become positive or more positive in the process, which just really opens up your world. I think when we choose not to forgive someone, our heart, specifically the heart chakra, closes to the world more than it really should be, or more than we'd want it to be. And what I mean by that is, if you're familiar with chakras or anything like that, your heart can actually, your body, your chest and your heart can actually close. It sounds weird, but it can physically become more constricted and affect the health of your heart. So I'll give you an example. I used to have heart palpitations, I believe it's called, where your heart would like skip a beat or 2 or 3 and you're just like, whoa, what's going on right now? Pretty scary stuff. And you know, I'm still young, and I was even younger then, and I realized it was because I didn't forgive people in my life, and I realized it was because I chose to hold on to so much stress and just resent and regret and all these different things, and that really weighed on me. It affected my health, it affected my heart. I could feel my heart being affected from it. And when I choose to forgive people and just release those things to the universe, it really created a world of difference for me. And the last thing I want to say is this. I really believe words do have kind of embedded commands within them. And what I mean by that is I think communication is extremely powerful, and I think words kind of evolve from other words, and language evolves from other language. And that's something to be extremely aware of, because your words have power. And when you choose to forgive someone, the power behind it is much greater than you can possibly conceive. Because when you release that and let it go, you're releasing the part of you that was holding you back from more success, more fulfillment, more abundance, and more joy. So just by releasing that is a huge, huge step. And the word forgiveness, I was thinking about the other day, and I was like, what is the word forgiveness? And if you think about it, it's the word for, and the word give, forgiveness. And I was thinking about it, I was like, that's interesting, because the word for usually means because, so I'm doing this for this reason, or for that reason. And the word give means abundance, it means flow, it means positive energy, it means so many different things that are positive. So if you think about the word forgiveness, forgiving, it literally means, to me at least, and in my definition and in my world, which is the only world I'm living in, for the purpose of giving. And for the purpose of giving allows you to open up to abundance, receiving, and joy and fulfillment and happiness and all these other things. So think about that. Next time you're trying to hold on to resentment because you think it's the right thing to do, and you think, oh, that person, I'm not going to forgive them because they wronged me. Think about yourself. Be selfish for once. Choose to forgive them so you can open up that flow of abundance in your life. Because when you forgive them for the purpose of giving and releasing that negative emotion, you open up so much more in your life that you could possibly not even imagine until you do it. So just try it out. Quick exercise. Think of the last 2 people who have wronged you in your life. Sit down, write it out in a notebook how they wronged you, each person individually, 2 different paragraphs. Then choose to release it and let it go. Forgive them. Crinkle up the paper, either burn it or throw it in the fire, and release it right then and there. Promise you it's going to be one of the best exercises you ever did for your emotional state, well-being, and just not being stressed overall. And it hopefully will change your life. That's it for this video. This is David King from davidbeking.com. Like my Facebook page below for more videos, and we'll see you in the next video. Pura Vida from Costa Rica. Have a great day.